Why do we continue to keep these things in our closets when they absolutely do us no good whatsoever? Well, today we're calling out these 10 offenders to give them the pitch for 2026. The first thing we're going to talk about, oh yeah, I am going to guess almost all of you have something like this in your closet. Even me. We're talking the old holy clothes that you just won't throw out.
You know, they're comfortable. I sleep in that shirt. That is my favorite. I got that when I was on vacation in 1988.
You know which ones I'm talking about. Who has husbands out there that is a total offender to this? My husband, he has had this sweatshirt for years and years. He wears it all the time. And I mean all the time. He wears it almost every day. He wears it to bed. Like, everybody in our family makes fun of him. The day that that thing gets pitched we're gonna have to have a mourning, okay? Because it has been a part of his life for probably 10 years. And look at the holes that are worn in the elbow areas. This thing is on the fritz, okay? But he still won't get rid of it.
Even though I try, I can't let go.
It's like, I am trying to get it away from him. Let's pitch it, okay? But it's not happening. And I'm guessing we all have this situation, right? Where you just don't want to throw that thing away. But just, ask yourself, like, how many holes does it need before it really goes into the trash, right? Okay, the next thing I'm also guessing most of us are total offenders of. You go to an event, you did your part, you got a free t-shirt. I mean, who doesn't love a free t-shirt, right? We all love them. It's like, yep, I volunteered, got my free t-shirt. I did a 5K, got my free t-shirt. Take a look in your closet and just ask yourself, like, how many free t-shirts do I need? I know what you're gonna say. I sleep in those t-shirts. I cut my lawn in those t-shirts. I do yard work. I paint my house in those t-shirts. I know a free t-shirt is exciting, but when you look at the amount of room those free t-shirts are hogging up in your closet, pick a couple, okay? And then the rest, give them the pitch. Oh, don't you be telling me I need to get rid of my free t-shirts. I had to run a 5K for that shirt.
And I about died.
Okay, number 3, let's talk about duplicates. How many of us have umpteen million white shirts, black t-shirts? How many do we need, right? So pare down the white and the black, whatever you have a lot of in your closet, maybe pick 2 or 3, pitch the rest or give it away. Okay, that's what I mean when I say pitch, is give it away if it's still in good condition. Okay, number 4, I talked about this on my channel like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. And I'm not sure who's still out there making the same mistake, but I'll tell you what, I did this for too many years. I wore the underwear that has the seams in it with my tighter dresses, with maybe pencil skirts, with leggings. When I wear that, I can totally see the lines if I have the wrong pair of underwear on. So a couple of years ago, I finally found the right underwear to wear with all those things to make your butt look so smooth, way better than with the seams on the end. Get yourself a pair of laser cut underwear. That is the key. Find a pair that you love, but make sure it's laser cut and no seam at all. 100%, it will upgrade the way that you look from behind, okay, in a major way. Number 5, the gifted clothing that you feel bad about giving away or not keeping because you're like thinking, they're going to ask about that. Like, oh, have you worn my gift, Or like they're going to want to see you in it. But like, those gifts that you open up that you're like, oh, thank you so much. And you're thinking in your head, I will never wear that in a million years. I have to say, My grandma loved to sew. She made me this outfit that I never would have told her that, yeah, I'm not going to wear that. I feel guilty, right? You feel guilty about giving that stuff away or pitching it. And I know that's what you're thinking as well. But these things, they're just taking up space in our closet. Okay, how many of you have that just in case pile? You know, when you were working once before and now you're retired and you're like, but you know, I might still need those clothes at some point. Okay, you might need one or two of those outfits to go to some function that comes up that now you have the appropriate outfits for, but do you need like all the stuff you need to wear in a work week? Now that you're retired, once I was done working as a dental hygienist, I could not get rid of my scrubs. I had them up in my closet for I don't even know how long.
I'm like, I don't know, maybe I need to keep them because like maybe I'll go fill in one day here and there. Like,
It never happened. I'll give you that they're comfortable, okay? But it's like, where am I going to wear those to? I'm not wearing those. So I eventually did give those a pitch, meaning give them away, because I thought, I'm not wearing those again. Come on. Oh my gosh. Let's talk about this. Shoes that we keep that are either uncomfortable and we just don't want to throw them out. Maybe you could wear them for like 10 minutes and then they're like, oof, my feet are hurting bad. Or this has happened to me. Bought a pair of shoes that they're looking cute on my feet, love them. And then as I'm wearing them around, I'm like, what is that noise? What is that noise? They squeak. No one wants to wear a shoe that's squeaking with every step you take. Am I right on that? I mean, come on. It's like, ring, ring, ring. It's bad, okay? But we keep these in our closet because why? I don't know. I don't know. So let's get rid of those shoes that are uncomfortable, that squeak. Let's get rid of the shoes that are getting too high because we're getting older and it's like,
Hell no, I'm not wearing those shoes.
how about shoes that don't have a good tread on the bottom anymore? And you're like worried about falling, okay? You're at that age where you're worrying about taking a spill, okay? Don't keep those shoes around. If you're not gonna wear them, what are they doing taking up space in your closet? Almost all of us can identify with this one as well. Who has kept evening gowns in their closet from a certain event? Maybe you had a son or daughter get married. Maybe it was a sister or a brother, and you bought this dress for that wedding. But it's still taking up room in your closet because, you know, you wore it one time and you're like, well, I don't want to throw it out. I spent some good money on that, right? But how many of those dresses do you need? When are you going to wear those again? We have to really think about this logically. Here's another good one. The fix-it pile. You got a pair of pants that you're like, you know, I need to hem those. I got a button that needs to be fixed. Ooh, I got a little hole in the like pit area here. I'm gonna put that in the pile and I'm gonna get to fixing all those things. Yeah, I tried that for a while. Here's about when I'm gonna get to fixing all those. They've been sitting here for too long. Okay, listen, if I have not worn those things from a fix-it pile in like 6 months to a year, probably chances are that's not gonna be worn again, okay? Let's be real. Either get up on it and get those things fixed, or, you know, you might wanna have a little talk with yourself and be like, listen, that's been sitting on my floor in a fix-it pile for like a year. Am I really gonna get to that? No. I'm gonna give it away or I'm gonna give it the pitch. Okay. Most of us are probably offenders of this one too, including myself. How many of us buy makeup because we're like so excited to try this new product we saw somebody try, a new lipstick color, all the stuff, okay? We spend the money, we bring it home, we're like, oh, yeah, that doesn't look quite as good as I thought or was hoping it would look on me. And instead of throwing it away because we feel bad that we just spent the money on it, we put it in a drawer. Why do I keep them? I'm never going to use them. So I need to start cleaning these things out getting rid of all this junk, okay? I have my favorites, and you know what? Those stay on the counter, easily accessible every time I get ready. Let me tell you, it can get to the point where you're like, how long has that been in my drawer? 1988? So now that you've gotten rid of all that old makeup taking up your drawer space that you never would wear, watch this video next right here. I show 2 different 5-minute makeup looks that are simple, easy, not using a lot of products that will have you looking fantastic in this new year. I'll see you over there.